Will cast on death builds be viable in Ruthless? When you die, bosses heal, so maybe not. So if you can out DPS the healing, then maybe. All right, so I will tell you now though, expect that the Act 1 feels not too different to regular Path of Exile, because ultimately, how do we normally play Act 1 when we're starting a new league, right? You'll notice no gem, no support gem. No support gem. You're not gonna get a support gem that easy. We normally rush through with no gear equipped anyway, so it's not gonna be all that different. Oh my god, I got blue boots. No way. Movement speed? Regen! Yes! Also a second weapon. Yo, I thought we said we'd had item scarcity. I got regen boots. So, we get to pick a skill. Oh god, what are we gonna pick? Yeah, I'm gonna embrace it. I'm gonna go smite. Melee is gonna be really tough, I'm sure. As to what the vendors sell, nothing we can afford, but we certainly won't be able to buy any gems though, I'm pretty sure. You probably can't buy jewelry from the vendors actually, because I think jewelry is supposed to be quite rare, kind of D2 vibes. Which, yeah, definitely feels like the idea of like Path of Exile director's cut. I think I want to try and kill the boss to see how much like loot you can get off these zone bosses. Whether that'll be a helpful thing to do, maybe. Don't you flame dash on me, lady. Don't you flame dash on me. I'll stay right on top of you so you're discouraged from doing that. Okay, maybe not too close to you. Okay, I told you. Oh, superior medium flask. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't hear anything about them removing quicksilvers. It's not like you're gonna have currency to roll like good quicksilvers, so I reckon we probably will get quicksilvers. Like I was saying, for the most part, Act 1 is probably gonna feel pretty similar to Act 1 normally if you tend to like level quickly. Like, not racing, but certainly if you race. But if you just tend to level quickly, blasting your way through, the first couple acts probably won't feel that different. Apart from some tougher enemies will be a little tougher because you won't have like a blink skill. Normally you get a blink skill pretty early, right? Ooh. Because as far as I'm aware, no enemies have been tuned up, right? Although Act 1 enemies were tuned up a while ago, and Act 1 can be a little bit sketch these days. It'll be marginally more the case. I got a rare item. A crude bow. I was even thinking, should I play a ranger like old school Ziggy? But I did not. I did not. Let's see how good our rare bow is. Oh my god, it's insane. It's a really good bow. It sells for 7 transmute shards. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Get me out of here. These things, man, are the worst. I always forget how dangerous these things are. So normally you come in here and you get your first blink skill. Frost blink or whatnot. But we won't get that here. I don't think we get... What do we get? Frost Bomb, Summon Holy Relic, Holy Flame Totem, Ancestral Protector, Vigilant Strike, Flame Wall. So, a couple good options here. I'm gonna go Holy Flame Totem? Alright, we'll go Holy Flame Totem. Sounds like a good plan to me. It'll provide us enhanced damage regardless of what else we're doing. Worst thing about no movement skills is gonna be getting stuck on terrain. Not being able to leap over it. I think like I can adjust to the combat change of not having movement skills via just good old classic fundamentals of movement. Running circles, aka path of circles. But getting stuck on terrain is probably gonna be the biggest drawback to not having movement skills. I wouldn't mind a slow leap slam or something. Being permitted a very slow leap slam to jump over terrain and things. I'm pretty sure a lot of vendor recipes and things like that have been made much more limited. I think there's actually some new vendor recipes. 1 or 2 new ones for Ruthless. And there's a couple other little like kind of changes to help you out. Like I think Katava drops a map, for example. So you can farm maps off Katava, which implies that map drops are going back to old school PoE map drops. Where progressing might be a little difficult. Running out of map might be a problem. Don't know how I feel about that one. Let's see how we go. No loot filter either? Yeah, it's preset with Ruthless item filter. So I think a loot filter will still be a good idea to highlight items, but ZiggyD was like, you won't need an item filter. And it's true that there's not many items dropping for you to filter through, but having good stuff highlighted so you don't miss it. If something drops at the edge of the screen or something, it's gonna be a pretty good idea anyway. That's a big old crabby. But, crab, I need that passive point. Ow, ow, ow. I need that passive point, crab, please. A rare sword and some blue boots. All right, that was pretty good boss loot right there. Oof, no movement speed, but we did get lightning resist and a rare sword, baby. Ooh. I should actually use that. I think I should actually use that. Copper sword is next tier up for damage and double elemental plus cold res, and accuracy is gonna make a big difference actually. So that's some pretty sweet stuff right there. I don't have any portal scrolls, so we're going to character select screen. Old school portal scroll. Seems easier than the Gucci Hobo run. Oh yeah, this is way easier than Gucci Hobo. Gucci Hobo, I spent like, what, 12 hours? 24 hours straight punching mobs naked in Act 1 until I got a unique item. Yeah, Gucci Hobo is way harder. All right, Kaduku, what RNG have you soaked up for me, buddy? You got some big old loot? Okay, let's just stand in here. Is Kaduku gonna drop me something big? He's not gonna drop me something big. Oh yeah, that's one I haven't mentioned yet, is that you don't get any Ascendancy points from Uber Lab in this. I mean, getting to Uber Lab obviously gonna be pretty tricky, but there's only a total of 6 Ascendancy points. Which means 3 notables on most classes, or Ascendant will be 1 notable and a new start, or 2 notables. So yeah, Ascendancy classes can't be as powerful. More restricted there. Get off me, wheelie boys. Ouch. Discipline and training. Big chunky health node there. Make us much more resistant to being stunned and whatnot. I'm gonna kill the boss. If I don't get killed by wheelie boys. Oh. Uh-oh, I'm trapped. Gotta fight our way out. It's the only way. Yo, I'm fine. I'm too tanky to worry about that. I just got a big old life node. And I got a medium flask already. That superior medium flask. Oh yeah, battered helmet. Battered helmet is an upgrade. I'll take the battered helmet. We get a blue item here. Oh, because normally this quest gives you like, you normally get a support gem here. So instead we get a blue item. Sick. Look at that. Glorious Ruthless Hobo. He's so spectacular. Look at him. He's beautiful. We'll see how we go through smiting our way here. We're already getting geared though, huh? We're getting geared. What do we got? We got a pretty decent rare sword for a while. Little shield. Bit of resist. Look at our resists. 10, 11, and 9. I actually have some of each resist. And Arch Nemesis mobs are going to be terrifying. Later on, I reckon. It's going to be good that 3.20 has the new, or quotation marks, new, let's say removed Arch Nemesis system. Huzzah. That'll be much more fun and Ruthless. I suspect I'm going to rather enjoy this mode. I mean, fighting a rare and a boss at the same time like it's nothing. We are doing pretty well. Honestly, I've had runs through Act 1 with less gear than this. I got a scroll of wisdom of chatters. Yo, big rewards. Very nice. Instead of new and improved, Arch Nemesis new and removed. Ah, woo. Yeah, I would like long term, and maybe this is something GG might consider long term, is okay, so there's a couple stages to this thought. Long term, I think a rebalanced set of movement skills would be best, rather than complete removal of them. Because I think they can be a good tactical option, but they can be balanced with cooldowns, or long cast animations, or long wind downs, or high mana costs, or various other things, right? Cooldowns is probably the easiest and best one, for the most part. But some other options exist too. I think that's like the best thing that they could do long term. I understand why they wouldn't potentially do that ever, or maybe not do that now, is because rebalancing all the movement skills, specifically just for a niche mode for 1,000 players, is probably not worth the dev time, and something that one of the devs is going to have to do, like, in their hobby time, you know what I mean? So it might not ever happen. Ruthless might not get, like, a lot of love in that regard for big specific change stuff that takes a fair bit of effort. Just because it doesn't really make economic sense for it to happen, right? Unless someone, you know, decides to throw a few minutes of their own time towards trying to work on something. You know, unless Ruthless ends up being really popular and like a pretty large number of people play it. Yeah, I hope it's not unpaid hobby time. Certainly, I'm not endorsing anything like that. But you know, maybe one of those senior devs is like, I don't have anything too important to do today. I might work on Ruthless. So that would be best long term. But it makes sense that just to like kind of go back to baseline, just remove them to begin with, is like their approach. And I think Ruthless is about like probably the alpha for Ruthless is a lot about setting a baseline for like what they want this mode to be. So just removing a lot of stuff or toning back a lot of stuff as much as possible. Use the totem to block the doorway while I carve my way through the hordes. Sick. Oh, someone in chat just mentioned infinite hunger without movement skills. Oh no. Oh god. I mean, hopefully they fix that fight for Path of Exile in general, not just for Ruthless mode. Alright, we picked up Holy Dominion is the big one. Big elemental damage and, more importantly, 12% all res. Yeah, I killed Brutus naked one time, so I'm sure I can do it now in Ruthless. That said, Brutus has been buffed since then. I didn't kill modern Brutus naked. Hello, Brutus. How you doing, mate? I do think you were true Aura. Let's go, buddy. Let's maybe move off that doorway, huh? I don't want to fight you in a doorway. I want a little bit of space to maneuver around you, because we're going to do circles. Circles. Oop. That skill, we run away, though. Also, if we die, Brutus will heal. How much? I'm not sure. Ow. Ow. So bosses can attrition you. I imagine some boss fights, especially once we get a bit further in and where gear's really low. Good, he's targeted on the totem. Some boss fights will be a war of attrition between us and the boss. I imagine some things like Brine King are going to be really hard where that last section of the fight gets really nasty. And if you heal him up during that phase, they'll end up being like unkillable. You'll have to restart the fight probably. Almost, Brutus. Almost, buddy. There we go. Ooh, rare hat. It's not very good. It might be worth trading off for 20 energy shield. There's a bit of stun resistance, a bit of extra effective health pool. Life regen's kind of nice. I'll trade off the armor evasion for that. 3 units of currency. We got armor scrap, blacksmith, alteration, and 9 transmutation shards. Make that 11 transmutation shards. I just found it a bit weird that you can just portal out of boss fights to refill your flasks and stuff. I'm at least in campaign, the boss fights should fully reset once you leave their arena. I think it's probably just a bit too hard. I think like a lot of new players really struggle with the campaign in Path of Exile, and some of those boss fights are really hard for new players, and I think that would probably just be a bit too hard for base vanilla Path of Exile ultimately. You can talk to the NPC during the campaign to fill flasks, it's just more clicks. Wait, you can? I didn't think you could fill your flasks in town at all. So we have a choice between Vitality and Clarity. And Clarity is handy, especially because we have some longer drawn out fights. Vitality is probably the more potent option overall. The healing from Vitality would make us much more tanky. I'm gonna go for Vitality. They said an NPC can refill your flasks. Nessa does in Act 1. Yeah, tested Ziggy. Spend some flasks and talk to, okay. I can't use my flasks. I'll just take it off and there you go.
What little help I can offer.
Hello, Exile.
Oh, so Bestel refills it. Okay, that's weird. There's no like feedback that happens. I don't know why they went that route. That's weird. If you're gonna make it so going to town doesn't refill your flask, then just make it so it doesn't refill your flask. It was Nessa? Oh, it was Nessa, was it? Yeah, what's the point of that? Like maybe if it costs something, like one. Oh yeah, for a scroll, I'll refill your flask. For a transmute shard, I'll refill your flask, mate. Says Nessa. That's Nessa's voice. See, then I would get it. I don't really get the idea of just making you talk to the vendor to refresh first class. I was on board with the idea of not refreshing the flask. Not that on board with it, but I was like, okay, sure. Just making you talk to an NPC though seems weird. Seems very non-committal, the idea. The idea of it being a service that costs something though I could get behind. They could make it so that you can't refill flasks off monsters like of a certain level below you or something like that, but even then, yeah, you can just go back to like a zone before or something and refill your flask. So it's a dead idea basically from day one, but it is weird that they like implemented it at all and then made you like talk to an NPC. That seems kind of weirdly arbitrary. So the flask thing is kind of, yeah, whatever. Most of the time we're not really gonna notice it. Just occasionally you're in a boss fight and you're like, go back to town, go back to the boss fight and you're like, oh, whoops. I need to go talk to that NPC, I guess. I would say I like most of the ideas in Ruthless, and like to me it sounds like, hey, I reckon I could probably enjoy this mode. I overall kind of enjoy, I don't know if this is exactly the right words for it, but the idea of arbitrary restriction in games. So this, I've explained this before, but it comes from being a kid and playing demos. I got a lot of demo discs with magazines and newspapers and whatnot, and played a lot of like demo versions of games. Which were always like, or quite often were like a heavily restricted version of the game. So you could like play the game up to this point, though maybe if you were a little creative, you could get a little further in some way. So like, I would play like demos of RPGs like Final Fantasy and be limited to like only the first section. Like, how far can I level? How powerful can I get? Can I unlock this limit breaker or something like that? That you shouldn't normally be able to unlock at this point. So the idea of Ruthless to me reminds me a lot of that. Of like a restricted mode, like how far can we get if, you know, all of these things are restricted? And I'm like, that sounds kind of interesting to me. The flask thing, the flask idea seems kind of like dead in the water, but the rest of the ideas and concepts in Ruthless sound alright. I did say with movement skills though, I think it'd be better if the movement skills were heavily rebalanced. So like, Leap Slam had a cooldown. Leap Slam has a 10-second cooldown, but you can use it as a oh shit in a boss fight once, or jump over a bit of terrain every so often. A longbow. That rolls high IPD. Oh, +1 longbow. Oh my god. Okay. I was thinking, oh man, I wonder if I should play a ranger like old school times. I used to play rangers all the time. No, I actually found a +1 bow for Corsicara and Toxic Rain. Oh my god. Stormbrand, Stormburst. Winter Tide brand I think would be really good. Absolution. What do you reckon? Should we lean into the Ruthless spirit and not play the thing that I think is going to be really strong? And play Absolution instead, which might still be really strong. All right, we'll go Absolution. Sounds like a plan. We can use static smite to increase our damage. Oh, I forgot Absolution was a spell. I thought it was a melee skill. I forgot Absolution was a spell. Oh shit. Oh damn. Okay, I don't think I've played Absolution. I thought it was. Oh, I was thinking of Dominating Blow. What? This skill's busted, chat. You made me play an OP skill. Chat tricked me into playing an OP skill. Look at me go. And then they cast it for you as well. What the? This skill's busted. Oh, they actually never played Absolution. I know it was like really popular 2 weeks ago, eh? Alright, we're gonna be sky bonking things with Divine Wrath now. So we don't need to worry about the melee weapons. We want to find, so it deals physical damage though? Interesting. Yeah, physical, 50% lightning conversion, okay. You know what would probably be a pretty good skill in this? Assuming, yeah, no, I reckon probably would be. I reckon Bane would be a pretty good skill in this, because Bane, you don't need Sport Gems, you just link curses to it. So it's active skill linked to 2 other active skills. Like, that's a 3-link without needing any supports, and if you get 1 useful support, then you've got a 4-link. So I reckon Bane would be pretty good in this. I do keep trying to press my 1 key, which is what I usually link to my teleport skill to. The temptation is strong. It's good that I haven't put a skill on it, because I'd be constantly casting it otherwise. No sapphire rings from Avail. No, we still don't have any rings or amulets. Haven't found any yet. They're supposed to be pretty rare, which I like that actually. If you're going to heavily restrict a particular item slot, the jewelry, making those feel valuable is nice. That is one thing I liked about Diablo 2 gearing. Was it always felt kind of exciting to get a ring in that game. I'm not someone who holds Diablo 2 up as some sort of like pinnacle of gaming that everything should aspire to. You know, everything was perfect in that game. I think Diablo 2 was a heavily flawed experience actually, but I did really like the feeling of getting a ring in that game. I will say that. Rings are pretty impactful as far as Ruthless Path of Exile balance goes too, because a single ring gives you 30 resist, which is like, you know, better than most items we're going to find for quite a while. We've found some items with like 7 to 11 resistances. Getting a ring with, you know, 30 is pretty nuts. Merveil dropped us one blue scaled vest. Interesting that she didn't like drop a few whites as well, but just one blue item. Okay, we are selling these. That gets us our first transmute. Ooh, hoo, hoo, we're getting rich. What am I gonna transmute though, chat? Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Boots would probably be the smartest thing. We do have resistance boots, but boots would probably be the biggest thing, except I have to actually, oh, let's actually get a base first. Vendor sold wands and scepters? Yeah, but that would cost my transmute. Then I wouldn't have. That's the like perfect meme is like, oh, I got a transmute. Now I can transmute one of my, like a wand or a scepter. And then you like go, you're like, let me just get one from the vendor. You buy the wand or scepter and you're like, wait, where'd my transmute go? Oh. Here's where I'd put my transmute. If I had any still. Yo, what do we get from this quest? Surely you don't get a rare belt, right? Let's do it. We're doing the den. Oh my god, I'm doing the den. We truly are in Chris Wilson's Ruthless mode vision now. I'm doing side quests for potential items. What's the... Oh, look at our boss killing damage now. Alright, Yuna, what do you got for us? I don't see any belts, unless... No, I don't think we're getting any belts. The Bismuth Flask is probably an alright choice, though. I'll take that. Here we go. We got our ringmail boots and a transmute. Oh, 21 life. Not bad. Will I trade off the lightning res for 21 life and some rarity? You know, I might. We're going magic find. I think I can handle the lowered resistances. Oh my god, a rare chest armor? Early game, we can equip almost any bases because we have enough strength dex in it to do whatever. Later on, when we get like a rare dexterity base, well, damn. No way I'm equipping that. So I got fire res on our current one. This one's lightning res, which is a little bit of balance, and so I just took some off. Otherwise, it is not all that exciting. It's tough timing though. I found a ring, chat. I found a ring. Our first ring, a power ring. I feel myself becoming infused with power. Probably one of the less impactful things that I could get, but I'll take it. Given how rare rings will be, a ring will actually be a pretty good candidate for like transmuting. I'd probably prefer to wait for a resistance or coral ring base or something though. But the reason is that like you're going to be less likely to change them so often. So if you transmute something good on a ring, it'll be a longer time before you find something better to replace it. Stupid switch. Just here to trick me. So this is Ruthless mode. I'm gonna play to the spirit of the mode and lock myself in a room unnecessarily. Arbitrary restrictions, you say? I know, I'll lock myself in this room. That's an arbitrary restriction. Wow, this game's much harder when I'm locked in this room. I mean, I haven't died, but I'm having trouble progressing. I got a support gem. I got a support gem, trap support. Ooh. I could turn any skill I want into a trap, but supported skills will deal 20% less trap damage. Why would I want to do that? I don't think, as far as support gem finds could go, I don't know if trap support's going to be all that useful. Absolution traps? Here you go. I'll do absolution traps for you. 1 second. Alright, let's see if this enhances the build. It won't. Spoilers. It makes your minions throw traps too. Oh, it makes them throw the traps as well. I like how it's basically no different, just crappier. Because you just still just like right click a spot and the Absolution happens there. It's just less damage and crappier. Less damage, more delay. Yes, what a build. What a build. Love it. What do we got? Brand Recall, Wave of Conviction. Wave of Conviction's probably our go. Oh, Arcane Cloak's alright too. I think I might go with Wave of Conviction. I like how I've reserved my 1 key slot, you know, which is my movement skill slot normally. Because yeah, any second now I'm gonna get that movement skill. Guys, right? I'm gonna get that movement skill soon, aren't I? Yeah, I think the only one I could get that would be marginally helpful would be Consecrated Path. So I could save that slot for Consecrated Path maybe. And Wave of Conviction's damage is alright. Creighton. Let's go, mate. We won't be helping Creighton. We might help Alira though, it's tempting. A crit multi isn't helpful for us, but mana and resists are pretty good though. It might actually help Alira. Either way though, killing Creighton is on the cards. Got so many skills to cast now. But look at us go though! Get my Absolution babies built back up. I mean, I can out-regen his damage though, so I think we're gonna win the attrition fight here. But this is gonna be a true war of attrition. I think we should zoom in. Yeah, keep summoning ads, it allows me to get more of my minions. Actually, running out of mana might be more of a concern. Oh god, he's heal! Just get Frostbomb? Alright, yeah, I can't. Oh god. His healing might be a problem. Oh no! So much healing. Okay, Oak actually might be a proper challenge. Oh god, I think we're getting him, but I am running low on mana though. Okay, that's good. Getting close. We're getting close. SpongeBob meme. 4 hours later. We're getting there. We're getting there. Progression locked, soft locked on Act 2. Yeah, woo!
You dare to speak for peace, outlaw.
Epic battle. It took style, panache, grits, determination, guts, and a lot of sex appeal. Also, leaf blowing apparently. It'll help Alira for 5 mana regen and 15 auras. Yeah, there we go. Haven't helped Alira in a while, but I'll take those resistances, thank you. Oh, electrocuting spiders dropping down. Shocking me. Would you ease up on that 25% shock, please? Jeez. It's been nasty. I'm getting web stacked now as well. Oh. Okay. Those shocking little spiders are gone. Oh, wait, 30% shock. Stay off that shock ground there. Oh, got you now, Weaver. Nice. Oh, we get a magic belt. Wait, was this from the bear quest then? You'd have to get those from different NPCs. Ah, so I think the bear quest gave us a magic belt. Yeah, well, I'll take a leather belt, eh? Kind of like roll implicit, but oof. Honestly, it's questionable if it's even worth it. I don't know, man. Like our skills are base physical. It might actually be better off with the rustic sash. That's a pretty bad leather belt. Damn. I'll take my 2 transmute shards, thank you. I'm rich. I'm rich. I'd say it's not strictly necessary to have a loot filter. Like, there's not so much loot dropping that I absolutely need one or I can't see the game. But it still would be very, very, very nice to have like things get dinged and stuff so I don't miss them. You're a big old... Like that, for example. Thankfully amulets play a distinctive sound, so I heard it. We scored an amulet, baby. Turquoise amulet, dexterity int. Nice. Actually pretty helpful for gear requirements, that one. That'll increase our gear flexibility a lot. Grand Life Flask? Yo, thank you. I need those upgrades. We might want to keep quality flasks to sell. Get some glass blowers. Fireball. Oh my god, a sapphire ring! Yo! Very nice. Hey, look at me. I just filled up every slot on my character. Ziggy loot. Oh my. Good heavens. Oh, baby. Still got a pretty decent proportion of white items. I wasn't ready. Oh, I wasn't ready. I was looking at my gear, mate. Ow. Don't slam. Don't do it. Run circles. Foolproof strategy. Run circles. Starting to feel the lack of support gem damage on Val here, and his minions as well. His minions are so tanky. Battle for the ages here. Ruthless is not a hardcore only mode. I'm actually playing Ruthless softcore right now. In fact, there's a mechanic designed for softcore. If you die on bosses, they heal. So softcore gets more interesting too. It gets love with Ruthless. It's not just a hardcore only idea. I think it actually work really well for softcore. I think trading in this sort of environment could be really fun too. You can slam all day. I'm okay with the slams. Oh, he's slamming all day. Okay, we're alright. That's only a baby slam. We'll took 30 damage from that. Ooh, that's rocks out though. Do you level at the same speed as normal? Have you been watching this fight? No. Act 1 is about the same. Act 2 starts to slow down, and then from then on it's going to slow down more and more compared to normal. Like, if we're lucky, we'll be fighting Act 10 Katava on a 2 link, maybe a 3 link if we've got God tier RNG. Oh, baby. 2 blues? Yeah, that's going to be like 6 transmute shards right there. Oh. Spicy loot. What the? I thought that chest was trapped for a second. I clicked the chest. All of a sudden. Uh-oh. Imagine that. Alright, Piety. I don't think we're going to be hitting any sort of 1 HP Piety viability state here. What do you reckon? Oh, we did it. Piety viable is getting her down to 50% these days in Ruthless. Okay, I'm saying it now officially. If you can get it down to 50%, you're Piety viable. All right. Ooh, we get another active skill to use, and we can only get one. We can't come back and get the other one. Okay, so we have to choose carefully. I think we'll take conductivity. Just a transmutation as a drop. Oh my god, that accelerates us so far. Okay, so I was saving the one that we earned via vendoring, and we're almost up to a 3rd one. We've almost got 3 transmutes. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna transmute a ring. This one was the higher level one, I believe. 22 fire resistance. Oh, beautiful. Almost as good as we could get. You know, the only thing better would have been if we had gotten life on the prefix. I'm having fun watching and dying for access. At least it's not too long until the new league comes out, and it'll be out for reals then, eh? Not too long. That's good though. I'm glad you're excited. Having fun watching? Good to hear it. Neither for me. You're not having fun watching, or nor are you playing? Oh, damn, man. Oh, shit. That's rough. You're gonna force yourself, though. Just force yourself to keep watching. Some sort of punishment. Some sort of self-punishment. Some self-flagellation. Oh, I'm so relieved. I'm so relieved about that Arch Nemesis Manifesto. I'm so relieved. I mean, we still need to play and see how it all pans out, obviously. So we should temper our enthusiasm a little bit. But it is a relief. Herald of Purity? Oh, like a reservation, right. Auras, yeah. That's just not a thing. Oh man, Herald of Purity is a pretty good drop. I would love a Herald of Purity. That would hit real hard for us. That's an interesting one. I didn't expect them to make auras like a rare thing. Those are like rare valuable skills. Like, oh man, we got an aura. It might, that could have some interesting knock-on effects, like considering using suboptimal auras in setups. And also generally kind of playing with maybe just one aura or something. Aura what? Oh, aura. I can't say it in a way that doesn't sound like or a what. Status check. Status check. We are using Absolution as our primary skill, which zaps lightning and summons little minions that also zap the lightning, like this. Pretty strong skill. decent, solidly decent. We're also using Wave of Conviction, this one here, to debuff enemies that take more damage. Also does a decent amount of AoE damage itself. So it gives us a little bit more flexibility in that regard. Smite is melee attack. We mostly use that to get a buff because it gives added lightning damage. 1 to 21 added lightning damage as an aura for 4 seconds. So we use that as a buff. Conductivity, lower lightning res. Holy Flame Totem to remove curses with its consecrated ground, give regen, block hallways, block doorways, and do a little bit of damage. So those are our gems. Obviously no support gems, no auras. Oh, I've got Vitality Aura. You can get flat reservation auras, so you can get Vitality, Precision, and Clarity, but none of the other percentage ones. All the percentage auras are drop only. Current gear, just a random rare sword that I've been using because it's got resist on it. Little life helmet, little fire res chest, white gloves, white belt, life boots. I managed to get 2 rings and transmuted one with 22 fire res, turquoise amulet, and a white shield. That's our current gear. What does the Kitus... Oh my god, a transmute. I'm rolling in it today. What does the Kitus Plum Quest give? What does the Kitus's Plum Quest give as a reward? Because I can't say that I've done it anytime recently. So it normally gives a rare ring. It probably gives a magic ring now then. Should we do it? See if we can get a different resistance ring, like a lightning res ring would be pretty good. We're gonna do the Kitus's Plum Quest, chat. We're doing it. Actually doing Kitus's Plum. Truly ruthless. Iron Scale boots. I could use those. I'd prefer Army ES, but those would work. We've got a couple transmutes. Let's try it. 15 move speed. And it's not even that I hit the 10, I hit 15 too. 15 move speed boots. Oh, that's gonna feel good. That is gonna feel good, that is. Oh, so fast. So fast. That's a big one. Now that I've got that sorted, I can, I feel pretty comfortable starting to transmute other gear. With no movement speed, I don't think I could justify crafting anything but boots. Now that we have some move speed, I'm happy to craft anything else until endgame, pretty much. It's like, not super noticeable difference. It does feel a lot better, but it's gonna make a big difference in just avoiding some of those like boss slams and stuff like that, where the way they're tuned is like you just can't quite dodge them most of the time. Or you only just barely dodge them with 0 move speed. And then when we start looking at Arch Nemesis stuff, some stuff you literally can't dodge unless you have a decent amount of move speed. Even 15 is not enough to dodge some stuff. People already have like 7 supports. I mean, I don't. I have 0. And if they did get 7 supports, did they get the ones they wanted? Did they get relevant ones? Maybe 1 or 2 of those might be relevant. Probably not all though. There's a lot of support gems in PoE. There's a good chance of landing something that's not that useful for you. What'll be interesting is probably what'll happen a lot of the time is you'll get a support gem that is, you can kind of use it. It's not like the ideal gem, but you can kind of use it. So that and with reservation or with auras and stuff, reservation skills and supports, you probably find yourself like, hey, I can use this. It's like my 15th best possible option, but I can use this. You can vendor 3 supports for a same color of a random support. Yeah, so that's a new Ruthless recipe. If you vendor 3 support gems, you get a new one of the same color. The green support gems gives you a new one. So you can vendor your random blind gems or whatever you get. And I hope that you get something good. So obviously that has 0 purpose in the main game because you can just buy gems from the vendors. But it's a cool recipe for Ruthless though, eh? Just change your rings. I only have cold res rings. Hopefully, well that's why we're gonna go do the Kitus's Plum quest. So that we can do this like 3-stage multi-zone epic of a quest to get our magic ring. I assume it's gonna be a magic ring. It might be a white ring. I'll take it. Give me a white topaz ring, please. Oh, well, you found a ruby ring just now. That'll help us cap out then. All right. Oh, we found a ruby. Hello, Delilah. What do you got for me?
What is that?
Magic amulets. Naturally. The thing we'll probably need the most is dexterity. I'll take a jade amulet.
Cockroaches will come again.
They want the twist.
It is
That cockroach emperor.
only marginally.
The other
I think
bugs
our current
shout
one's
his name.
better. Holding her own against words. What are words? So hard. Holding my own against General Grabarts over here. They're doing alright. This fire is hurting, but not too bad. Zero DPS. I should be so lucky as to get that higher DPS. You know, you're truly doing well in Ruthless when you stop healing the enemies. I didn't mean there was that oak fight. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Things are getting a little dire. Nice. I ran out of floss. Oi, stop with your... You're already dead, my dude. Stop. Okay.
You chose the road, old friend.
Spell damage cast speed. It's pretty good cast speed roll. I actually could use it. It wouldn't take much for me to upgrade out of this stuff, though. But the 17 cast speed I'll take. Is Ruthless using new rest system? No. No, there's no like buffs to drops or anything like that. That's kind of the exact opposite of what they're doing with this. Rather than buffing the quality of what's dropping far less stuff so that your appreciation of what's dropping goes up. That's the idea. Don't make the res better. Make our bring the bar for our perception down significantly, so that an item with 1 resistance in life is good. Oh, you mean the new mod system for rare monsters? Oh yeah, no. Sadly, new Arch Nemesis isn't in yet. This is 3.19 Ruthless. When it comes out in 3.20 with the new Arch Nem system, I think it'll be a lot more fun. Yeah, it's a shame we're not testing anything from 3.20. This game looks like Diablo Immortal. Yeah, this game was a copy of Diablo Immortal. Blizzard made Diablo Immortal and it's so successful, so this little indie company out of New Zealand was like, we'll make a cheap New Zealand knockoff of it. You've probably heard the term before, like, you know, a cheap New Zealand knockoff. That's a classic term that gets said a lot because they are so notorious for copying Western mobile games with they make Southern knockoffs. We proved ourselves piety viable by the Ruthless standards recently. Let's see how we go with the actual party fight here. I think if you were struggling with your resist at this point, this fight would be really hard. But I think we can handle it pretty comfortably though. Our lighting res is quite low. So her regular piety form actually might be a little scary. I think probably the biggest hurdle for a lot of builds is going to be Innocence though. Nice. All right. Well, she dropped some gloves and boots. Good regen gloves with a fair whack of evasion, actually worth using. Even just the regen is substantial enough. It's a decent extra 30% regen, so that's pretty good. Boots are no good, but we got a glove upgrade. I'll take it. There you go. Someone said Piety will drop something wearable. You called it. Called it wearable. There you are. All right, what are we taking here? This is a big set of rewards, this one. Actually, I think these were the Gravicious rewards. I forgot to come get. A lot of good skills here, but I think I'm going to take Consecrated Path because it's like one of the only movement skills. So I have a movement skill. Woo! Kind of. I kind of have a movement skill. That gets me another transmute, and I'm going to transmute the Scepter. We got mana. Accuracy helps with landing smite, I suppose. Mana is helpful. It's a shame, but I think the attack speed with the staff is too slow for Consecrated Path. So I will swap to the Scepter. We only lose the cast speed. The spell damage is made up for by the elemental damage mostly. Look at all our skills now. I've got so many skills. You really lean on just having as many useful active skills as possible, which is fun actually. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Ready? Oh, I need to put Force Stand Still on. You ready for movement? I moved a place! Oh my god, I moved a place. Honestly, it's gonna be really helpful because I can like use it. I'm trapped in a pack. I can use it to get to the other side of them. I can move! I can move! Huzzah! Alright, we got our waypoint. we'll go over to the docks and give the plum to Fairgraves. Oh ho ho, you get minion resist ring. Hey, if you're playing a minion build, that's probably a pretty helpful get. We get a choice of a coral ring, power ring, or a minion ring. If you're playing minions, these are probably rare enough that it might actually be worth coming over and getting that. Otherwise, it's a coral ring. Well, worth it in terms of the sense that we got something useful from it. So that means worth, right? Is it basically harder solo self-found? I mean, if you put it on solo, if you go solo self-found Ruthless, then yeah, it's harder solo self-found. But I don't know, the harder thing is like questionable. Like, it depends on kind of how you're defining difficulty. If you're like, is it harder to beat Shaper in this mode? Then the answer is yes. Is the mode like fundamentally harder? Well, that depends on like what you're comparing specifically. Because if you're like adjusting your like goals, if your goals change, it's not that it's necessarily harder, right? Harder to do the same thing because you're doing it potentially with less gear, less available tools. So if you compare like one same thing to Ruthless versus not Ruthless, it's obviously going to be harder. But it's not like the monsters don't deal more damage. They don't move faster, you know? The bosses don't have new abilities. In some ways, the physical act of playing PoE, like if you're adjusting what you're doing and slowing down and engaging the content slower, like might not necessarily be harder in one sense, right? If you're fighting slower things more slowly. Oh, okay, I got an actual useful support gem, Ancestral Call support. Not too useful for me, but that's a gem. There we go, we got our pages, we can turn to Reciosa. So I think Reciosa gives you like an uncarved gem, I believe. And then you can use that to take one of his gems, trade it in. So you can also trade this to other players. Notice that it's not a quest item. It's not green. You can actually trade this with other players. Is there any gems that we want? Now, there probably is. I have no idea what they would be. I think we'll leave it for now. We'll stash that, potentially trade it to someone if needed to. I'm not getting tricked by the curious lockbox. Ooh, ooh, oh, 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 oh. Just run, just run, just run, just run. I don't want to have to redo lab. I'm leaving, I'm out of here. I'll go into the safety of the Azaro fight. Away from those archnet monsters. I like how there was traps here, but they crashed. The poor Roomba crashed into the wall. Oh, poor Roomba. I was like, I'll gather up all these arch nemesis rares here. And then I had regrets. I regretted my decision. Whee! Oh god, I was getting slowed. Please don't freeze me. We're getting there. Culling Strike actually, unironically, going to be one of the better gems we could get. I would love the Culling Strike support right about now. So there's going to be many situations where we're like, oh man, Culling Strike would hit real hard right now. Ooh, oh, okay, buddy, calm down. Nasty stuns there. Almost had a little last second upset. So close. Just a little more. Oh, yo! Rare Kite Shield and a Crusader Helmet. Oh! Azaro actually paying out loot. Relevant types too. And, oh! Lab actually has loot. Look at all this loot. Damn, man. Let's check that shield. It is a 21 life gained on block shield. Actually, probably worth the trade-off of the extra resist. All right, Word of Flames on hit. I am going to enchant my new gloves. Now we're gonna have to decide. Oh, what are we doing, eh? Guardian, maybe? I've never played a. I haven't played an Absolution setup before. Okay, I think I will go Radiant Crusade. It's 10% more damage, which is like a third of a support gem, and it caps our resists out. And later on, we can get Onslaught for us and our allies. We also get some armor, minion damage, and energy shield. 459, 506. Well, shit. 506. Step off. 506. Yep. Damn. Okay. Wow. Totems do count as allies. So with the Holy Relic. Okay. So we held onto this uncarved gemstone. We learned that totems are allies, so they can activate they can activate our onslaught effect if we get one more ally, which will just use Holy Relic. So now with that active and with our totem active, we and our allies gain onslaught, 20% increased attack and cast speed. So that's a ruthless thing, that onslaught doesn't give move speed. they nerfed onslaught to not give movement speed for ruthless. Nice. Too many buffs to keep active. Can't keep them all active. Too much damage scaling. Build is too insane. Ziggy, you have 8 buffs to keep active, and each buff only lasts 1 second. It takes 0.8 seconds to cast each buff. Good luck, have fun. Like button Pee-wee play. I'm gonna have to start using my alt hotkeys soon. If I get even one more skill. A guard skill I can put on left click. Actually, was Steel Skin available? You don't get Steel Skin as a quest reward because that quest gives move skills and they disabled it. So you can't get Steel Skin as a quest reward. Oh, I don't like those bleeds. Oh, I do not like those bleeds. Ouchies. Stone Golem will get you another nearby ally? Yeah, that's an option we could swap to later maybe. Stone Golem does a little bit of a better job of keeping himself alive too with his regen.
By exiling
Nice.
me, you were my Genesis dog.
Nice.
Now
You dropped the
here I
rare item
stand,
too. Rare shield.
countless miles and murders later,
Spell damage block.
honored
pretty
to
good.
be
Slap. 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 Oh baby, look at my move speed. Yes. I'm using a travel skill. Forbidden skill. Forbidden skill. I'm traveling. I'm traveling. That's cheating, Ziggy. Ziggy, that's cheating. You can't do that. Yeah. This is the best fight to have like take 10 minutes. Because you get to hear all of his different voice lines. I really like, and also, but sometimes I'm more in the mood for a, but my favorite line is the really rare line, which I don't know if we'll get it. It's when he says, it's in time. That's my favorite one. Maybe we'll get one. Let's see. Bonk. And nice. Superior Lordly Plate, 444 armor. Real life is the true Ruthless mode. We want toasters deep enough to toast our bread without them being massive full slice toasters, but this is life we have to. This is the cards we've been dealt. We have to cook the bread halfway, then flip it, and then cook it the other way. Someone got an OP item. I'm gonna look at it in the boss fight. What is it? Determination? Okay, Determination is a pretty OP item. Delete. I like how excited people are getting for auras. Determination's a pretty good one. Pretty much any build would chuck that aura. A ranger would go out of their way to get enough strength to activate it if they found one, probably. Nice. A decent little bit of loot here. Honestly, this looks like normal PoE boss loot, right? Which must be very high roll Ruthless loot. Is that point, is it the cream cheese that's socially inappropriate or the moaning? Well, I mean, try these two things, right? Someone sitting on a park bench moaning. Pretty weird. But maybe you'd think, I don't know. There's a few things, there's a few reasons you could come up with. Someone eating cream cheese and moaning in public. Far weirder. Far less acceptable. That's a pretty calm and comfortable Malachi fight. No problems whatsoever. I feel a regular level of Templar tankiness, honestly. Like, I think our survivability is honestly not worse than it would be for me normally rushing a league start. I probably have like a little bit less life, but I have just as much sustain. And I have probably more resist than normal because I've taken a bit more attention to it. And I took a Lyra. So Damage is certainly less. I probably have like a fourth to a 1/5 of the damage I normally have at this point, because at this point our main skill at least will be on a falling. And flip. All right, folks, we're going. Oh, hold on, we're not going. All right, now we're going.
The world must be cleansed of impurity.
The world is a vampire. Sent to drain. Every time Avarius says that, that's what goes into my head. The world is a vampire. Secret destroy. Oh god, bullet hell. No, come on. What? I'm gonna get hit by one. And he tried to get me with the slam as well, the slam follow-up. My dude. It's not like I can use a movement skill to duck behind the statue. I was stuck, man. I did it though, look at that. That's some good old bullet hell right there. Nailed it. Secret destroyers, hold you up to the flame.
When God has lost his way.
I'm gonna have plenty of opportunities to see bullet hell phases and laser phases and taser phases. I think it's gonna be a fun shift to boss fights, having to do them without any move skills. Ooh-wee. This is a very cool fight. I think Innocence is very cool. If it wasn't for the fact that you went through so long ad phases. Imagine if instead of doing this thing, which like looks cool the first time you see it, but otherwise it's too much. If he instead of just doing this, he just did like an animation where he summoned one wave of ads. And he's just like, prostrate yourself before me. And then a bunch of ads come out and then like bow down to him and then start fighting you. He just did that. It takes like 5 seconds. And there's ads in the battlefield. That'd be way better. Conceptually, the ad phase is there, not so much for refilling your flask, but rather as like a pacing break. But I don't think the fight needs it. Bullet hell. Oh boy. I got statues I can get behind though. Who even needs them? Who even needs them? I don't need no. I don't. Oh, okay. All right, mate. Don't be putting your energy shield back up, thanks. There you go. We're going again. Whoa! Oh, the statue whack. Okay. I wasn't. That one caught me off guard. Oh my dude. Oh shit. Oh, we're okay. No, mate, stop. I'm focusing on dodging bullets here. Oh god. No, the statues are coming. Get them away from me. Ah. Oh, here he goes. I've never seen so many bullet hell phases. Oh no, the statue again. Oh, he got me. Oh no. There we go. No longer hardcore viable. Ah, well done. All right, we're still gonna go though. He healed. Oh god. What did he heal? Like 20% or something? Oh god. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's a really bad one. No, I'm still alive. Oh my god. Oh, I just had to tank through that one. He was at 5%. Oh, was he? Oh god. So he was like, they heal like 40% when you die then. Oh, that's pretty bad. All right. Okay. Oh, dodge. Yep. Okay. All right. Yo, we're on him. That was good. That was the one we had to do all right in. He kept the damage. He didn't get his energy shield back. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Oh, yeah, 3 blues. 3 blues? It's a hell of a fight. It's a good fun one. It's a good fun fight. First thing to take me down, eh? Like I was saying, I think that's going to be the first big hurdle I think most players are going to get. Is Innocence. Okay, let's get off that. Oh, I'm missing my vitality. Why am I missing? Oh god, not a good time to look into that question. I just realized my vitality was off. I don't know why. Must have been when I was swapping gear. And now Ziggy bothers Katava to death over the course of 2 days. 1 man, 1 DPS, 1 dream. ZiggyD in Katava fight. Oh, hell! It was too far out. The angles didn't work. You need to know like trigonometry and geometry for that. And I just don't know it. I don't know it. Someone quickly teach me geometry. If you're closer to him, you don't have to run as far to escape the arm. The further you are out, the further you have to run. Yeah, geometry matters in these games. Math matters. Oh!